Welcome to Monday with the Mayor. I'm Bill Potter. We have made our way to Jasper City Hall. I'm talking to Jasper Mayor Dean Vonderheide. And Mayor Vonderheide, it's summer. Wow, it gets here before we know it. And the city of Jasper has so much that goes on throughout the summer.
Oh, it does. You know, our parks programming is really, I say it's full, but, you know, we've got so many things that are going on, and our people are really stretched at this point in time. We'll be running our train this summer, and that's, you know, for the last 2 years, we haven't been able to run that. The swimming pool has opening day. We had a big crowd. We've had some great events there, and just really looking forward to continuing to see that grow and evolve over time. The baseball fields, I mean, our baseball fields are being used, soccer fields, and we just recently opened up a bocce ball court, a couple of them down here at the old Rookser golf course. So encouraging the public to go out and use those facilities as well.
That's a fun game to play that not many people have ever really tried. It's a good, easy, relaxing game. Speaking of the parks, there has been talk about a new sports center or aquatic center.
Yeah, we're underway right now with a feasibility study to determine whether or not it makes sense to go forward with an indoor sports and recreation facility, which would include an aquatics area, and then also an expansion, or not expansion, but a replacement of the existing outdoor aquatic center. That study will go into September, and they'll be doing a lot of polling of citizens in the area, probably within about a 35-minute drive of Jasper, to see what their desire is with regard to memberships and whether or not we can sustain the kind of budget that we think we're going to need in order to operate it. But it's a facility that was brought up in our long-range comprehensive plan, the Impact Jasper comprehensive plan, and it was looking out, you know, in the next 10 years, what are your priorities? And the community, in their input then, said an indoor sports and recreation facility of some sort. We've lost basketball courts when we took down 10th Street School. We lost a basketball court in 5th Street School. Our intent is to then replace those two and add an additional basketball court as well for recreation for the citizens. Then with an indoor pool being something that's not available anywhere in the area, we think that's going to be an attraction as well, because a lot of people like to swim. The only time the pool is available at the high school is early in the morning at 4:30 or what, I think it's around that time. And so for recreational swimmers, that's not doable. But for those that are committed, you know, swimmers that do it competitively, it makes sense, or even for health. But we're looking at what can we do to provide those opportunities for people during those months of November through March and year-round, basically. If it's an indoor, we can run year-round, but specifically November through March when it's the gray days of southern Indiana.
Will there also be an outdoor pool as part of this?
There will be, and the outdoor pool will have a splash park type thing to it. It'll have a zero entry grade for the youngsters. It'll be redesigned completely, so we'll end up demoing the existing and building a new. Every year when we start the old pool up, we keep our fingers crossed and duct tape close. So
that's really not unlike a lot of cities. You know, the pool is a great thing to have, but there's some real maintenance that it takes, and many of the pools are really old.
Yeah, that's true. You know, I've talked to a lot of mayors over the last couple of years, and many of them have pool projects underway in order to replace and or renovate the existings.
Let's talk a little bit about the revitalization that has started. Not any big major things going on so far, but I noticed by the courthouse, by the statue, there was some work. And is that county or is that city? And what's the relation?
Well, that's really county work, and they're doing that in conjunction with our revitalization downtown. Knowing we were going to tear up the streets and do the things we were going to do, I think they were looking at what could they do to refresh that monument in front of the courthouse, and so they've contracted with a group to come in here and do that. And they've been underway for a good month and a half, I think. But they should be concluding. I think it's another month or so before they'll be done. But that's going to work well, knowing what they're doing and then aligned with what we're doing. It's going to make the downtown much improved.
Now, Jasper, and really all the towns in Du Bois County are well known for neatness and how nice yards look and houses look. But there are still some ordinances and some codes that kind of regulate that.
Right, and it's unfortunate you even have to bring it up and regulate it, but the fact is there's an expectation if you're a citizen of the city of Jasper and within its 2-mile jurisdiction, you have to abide by the ordinances or the codes. And we do have code enforcement. Specifically, we've got several homes this year that they're letting their lawns go. They're well above the 9-inch maximum height. We've got some that are just cluttered, and some of them becoming dangerous because of maybe the retaining walls are degrading and those kind of things. So there's safety issues as well as just the general housekeeping and cleanliness that make a difference in a community. When people come to Jasper, they always comment about how clean this community is. Well, it's only done when all residents are on board and they take care of their property. If there's a resident that can't take care of their property, there are always neighbors and or groups that are willing to come in and help. And I just encourage that there should never be an excuse that grass isn't well tended to and that, because there are assisting groups out there. And there's a lot of high school kids that don't mind mowing grass.
It's good summer work. Now, if you'll be given a notice that your grass is too high or you're out of code.
Right, we do. We usually put a notice on the door so that the people will be aware of it as soon as they come back home. And then they have so much time in order to get it into compliance. If they do not get it into compliance, the next step is for the city to take control of it. And our compliance officer will issue a work order to the street department. Street department will come in and they'll clean it up for you. And then you get the bill. And the bill will be a hefty bill because it's going to be bringing our equipment and our people in there for a period of time that they should be doing other things. So I know that it's more affordable to hire somebody to clean it up as an individual on a routine basis than it is to have us come in and do it for you.
All right, is there anything else you'd like to add on this Monday with the Mayor, a topic maybe I missed?
Well, we've got a lot of good things going on and a lot of activities this summer. I've noticed that our tourism, that seems to be picking up quite a bit. People are becoming aware of Jasper, and they see it as a place to come visit and enjoy. It's a safe place to live and to play, and so we welcome those visitors. We're a welcoming community. It says it in our mural downtown where the old farmers market was, and it says it when you come into town on the north side now that the Jasper Mayor's Youth Leadership Council just have completed the installation of the sign out there, and we've got a few finishing touches to do around the landscaping and lighting, but other than that, we've got a welcoming community. Make sure people feel like they're welcomed here.
Mayor, thank you very much. Really appreciate you taking the time to talk with us today. We have been at Jasper City Hall talking with Mayor Dean Vonderheide. Thank you for watching Monday with the Mayor. Stay tuned. Weather is coming up on WJTS.